What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm here with my good friend Jerry. Make sure to go check him out. His Instagram will be in the description box below, but you guys probably better know him as BeastFab. So in today's video, we're going to be installing a snorkel on my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. So if you guys do want to check out how we do this install, make sure to watch the whole video. If you guys do want any installs or anything like that, or for him to install a snorkel for you, please make sure to let him know. Like I said, all his info will be in the description box below. This is going to be a fun process because we're going to be cutting up my Fender. And I mean, it's a brand new Tacoma, so.
2020, man.
So it's going to hurt a little bit, but it's going to look great. And it's also going to be very functional. So let's go ahead and just show you what comes inside the box. And then we'll go ahead and get into the install. Let's do it. Before we get into the installation, like I stated, I'm going to show you what comes inside the box. I did want to give a big disclaimer. This is an off-brand one, so if you guys are on a budget and you guys do want one, you guys could probably purchase this one. I'll make sure to link it down below. But I'd highly recommend getting maybe a Dobinson's or maybe even a Safari snorkel. So I'll also link those as well in the description box below. So the cool thing about this one, like I stated, yes, it is an off-brand, so the plastic may be a little bit different versus, of course, the name brand ones, but it does come with everything that you're going to need to go ahead and do this install, including the hardware and the actual template to go ahead and do this whole thing. So let's go ahead and get into it and just show you.
All right, guys, welcome back. So now we're gonna be doing the snorkel install in Jesse's truck. So as you guys can see, I removed the tire. It's way more easier without the tire because we're gonna be removing the inner fender liner right here. So it's kind of tricky to get under and behind it. So it's way better if you have the time and remove the tire so you can actually get in there and, you know, work with the bolts and the nuts and also with the intake. So it's way more easier. I would recommend doing that. If not, you can always turn your steering wheel all the way so you have more space and you can work with it. But I mean, that's totally up to you. But yeah, let's try to get it done. All right, guys. So the next step is gonna be always disconnect your battery. You know, just a negative if you want to. And then we're gonna take the intake apart, all the filter and everything. So we gotta take all the box apart, so we can start doing the modifications and also have the space to put the new elbow in it. So yeah, we're gonna start start with it right now.
Alright, so up next, as we stated, we already removed this piece from here because we're going to need to install a new one. So for the next step, we're going to go ahead and now remove the actual wheel well, which you'll see right now, so that way you can start getting to cutting. So once we got the wheel well like this, you're gonna notice right underneath, there is already gonna be the pre-cut hole right there. We're just gonna use it to run the pipe.
All right, guys, so as you guys can see, we already removed the intake, take it apart, the fender liner, removed it and everything. So now we have access to the back of the fender and then also to the hole where the intake used to be. So now once you have all the access, so now you can go ahead and set your template right here. So this is a more important thing. If you get this right, you're gonna get your snorkel right. So we're gonna go ahead and put it right now. What I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna set the template, you know, roughly. You don't have to be perfect right now. So just roughly, and then just get a Sharpie. Get a Sharpie and then just put little marks in the center holes. The radius of this. Once you got all that, we're gonna go ahead and get your tape. Where you mark it, just gonna put little pieces, so that way you don't ship your paint off, or you don't get any like metal shaves just flying around. So just like this. And on the big hole, I like just to put it, you know, all the way. So now we can go ahead and set the template properly and stretch it, you know, the way it goes. So we'll show you guys right now. Now that we have the template like this, so pretty much just gotta push it against it. So you make sure that you mark everything properly, like this. Now the hardest part for Jesse is coming up, so.
What? Now we removed the actual template, and this is what we're left with. Of course, the markings, what we're gonna be cutting, as you could tell. So that's the next step.
Oh, we're ready to cut. So what I like to use is this little aerosol. So you can get it for cheap, Harbor Freight or whatever. You know, it works pretty good. Just make sure they got a big enough compressor so you can run it. So I like to use this one, you know. You can control it more. You get, you know, a better cut quality. For the little holes, a lot of people, they use, you know, the regular 3/8 for the little bolts right here. I like to use the step bit because even if you're a pro, whatever, once you do the holes, you're gonna need a little bit of play anyways. So with this, you can play with it and just to get it where you wanted to get it. So, and just don't go too deep, and that's pretty much. So we're gonna show you guys right now. We're gonna prepare the snorkel for test fitting. So what I like to do always to put some Loctite on these little bolts. So, you know, better to have it and don't need it than need it and don't have it.
We just pre-measured the snorkel. It fits in all the holes, so now we're gonna go ahead and of course remove the tape, and then we'll go ahead and be adding some paint so that way it doesn't rust over time. Up next, we're gonna be working on the actual box to go ahead and connect the hose that does come provided. We're gonna go ahead and look at the box really quick. We're gonna go ahead and chop. We're gonna go ahead and be cutting these pieces here, just that way the hose fits on correctly, because you don't want any water actually getting sucked in.
You can actually get to it. But sometimes like, fuck.
Alright, so up next, what we just did is we installed the elbow that does come provided. As you can tell on this side, it's a bit skinnier. That's going to be the side for the snorkel. They are a little bit different, and on the opposite side, the actual elbow, it's going to be a little thicker. That side is what connects to the intake box. So let's go ahead and keep going with the process. First, as I stated, the elbow is there. You want to go ahead and get one of the hose clamps provided. It will come with 2 big ones and then 1 small one. Grab one of the big ones right there. So nothing hard about it. Then you get your intake box and reinstall exactly the way you took it off. You put it back. Of course, with the hose clamp, you just tighten it down with the screwdriver. Now you want to grab the other big clamp, go ahead and put it onto the actual hose, and then grab your snorkel, and we'll go ahead and start aligning it. Now the moment of truth. Once you're satisfied with it staying on there, you want to go ahead and now grab your baggie that was provided, which is all the hardware. You want to go ahead and get your nuts that were provided and the washers as well. We're going to go ahead and put the washers first from underneath the wheel well, which the screw of course is on the opposite side. So you want to put the washers and then the nut. And of course do it for all the 6 screws that are in the back. Let's do it. We just finished tightening up all the screws on the back. Now we're going to go ahead and of course tighten down the hose clamp, and then we're going to go ahead and reinstall the fender liner, and then we're basically done for this side. Alright, so of course the last thing, put back your paper filter, or if you have like maybe a K&N drop-in air filter, that's probably something I'd suggest getting. But basically that's it. You want to go ahead and lock up the intake box exactly the way you took it off. Now that's done. The snorkel is installed from the back side, of course. We put the wheel well back together. All the clips and bolts are installed. Now we just need the head of the actual snorkel and we'll be done. So you want to go ahead and get the last clamp that is provided. It's going to be a little smaller one in black. And then you want to go ahead and get the head of the snorkel, and let's do it. Now that we're done, the head is installed. It looks really good. One thing I did want to know, it does come with screws for you to put in back of this so it doesn't wobble. You don't need to do that. I probably wouldn't recommend bolting it on. Just get maybe like a Velcro double-sided type of tape and put it on both sides, of course, right here. Just that way it stays snug and secure and it won't move. But basically there's the install. It's nice and done. It looks really good. Alright, so if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash the like button, and remember, any install or fabrication that you guys might need for your vehicle, your truck, go ahead and make sure to hit them up. Ask him questions as far as pricing and anything like that. All his information is going to be in the description box below. Once again, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.